Hey guys, we're back. This time we're taking a look at the Red Dragon Inn Allies Cormac the Mighty. It's one of the older ones. I finally got my hands on one. I kind of got behind on some of the standalone allies, but finally going to get to talk about him here. Cormac is basically a barbarian who likes to smash things. He moves a new mechanic with his rage tokens that are a simple but effective way of channeling his anger and showing that he's more unique than other similar characters, but at the same time not overly complicated like some of the new characters. And I like the way that these older characters were unique yet not overcomplicated. Anyway, we're going to get in and take a look at them. The first thing we have is our little rules leaflet for him. And these explain how to set up and use his rage tokens there. Basically, he plays just like any other character. And the rage tokens here are going to increase or decrease the amount of alcohol he receives as well as the amount of damage he puts out based on what they're at. His cards have these little symbols on the bottom. Whenever you play a card with one of these symbols, you set it aside into his rage pile. Whenever you play a card with one of these symbols, it gets set aside and you have the option to discard a card from your hand down there as well. When the number of cards in that pile equals the number on the top of this token, you're going to flip that token over, put those cards aside, and they make a, you're going to get the ability on there. You start a new pile till you get to the next one. We have our small player board, which is standard for all the single character ally expansions. We have Cormac's rage tokens here. They're actually numbered in the corner or lettered A, B, C, D. You just put them in that stack. So when you get two cards in the pile for the first one, you're going to flip this one over. You're going to deal one extra damage on all your attacks, which is nice. And then you build up when you get three more in there. You flip that one over. It overwrites this one. So now you're going to do 2 extra damage, but you also take extra alcohol every time you drink. And so on as these go. And the big thing is that any cards that are in the rage piles for these do not get put in your discard pile. They do not get shuffled back into your deck until these are gone or something makes you discard them, and then they get shuffled back into your deck. So your deck actually gets thinned down the more and more of these that get in play at any given time. As with all the ally expansions, you get your alcohol and fortitude tokens. I still prefer the glass beads that come with the basic sets, or even the bigger tokens. For some reason they made these ones smaller. And as with all the allies as well, you're going to get a handful of the smaller gold coins that you can use just to make sure you have enough to support an extra player in your game. Most people either toss these aside, or I like the bigger ones, or we use our own metal ones. But just so you have enough for all your players. And on the Cormac the Mighty's deck here, as with all characters, you've got a good percentage of basic cards that are your gambling cards, the tip the winch, stop playing with your drinks, that sort of thing. I don't think so. Then you start getting into your more thematic cards for the deck back here. And because Cormac likes to smash things, he is a barbarian, there is a lot of cards in here that cause you to gain deal direct fortitude. This one here allows you to basically discard all the cards in your rage pile, but you gain fortitude. Then you start getting into the ignore the drinks. Then we start getting into ones that really fit his character. A couple of share drinks here. Then we get into there. This one does nothing but add rage to your rage counter. These ones allow you to enter something without paying. Then you get into 2 fortitude loss to a person who hits you. Also goes to your rage pool. Buy drinks for other people. Pick another player. They drink the top card of their deck. Basically, you're going to make them drink along with you. Then we get into player loses 2 fortitude. Player loses 1 fortitude. Player loses 1 fortitude. Player loses 2 fortitude. 2 fortitude. 1 fortitude. 1 fortitude. And then, like I said, these double ones, whenever you play one that has that icon, it goes straight to your rage pile. When you play the one with that icon that's doubled like that, you can choose to discard a second card into that rage pile so you can build up his rage quicker. And then his final rage actually does 2 extra damage with no negative side effects, which is nasty. So he can really beat the crap out of people once he gets going, but as he's building up, he runs that risk of gaining the extra alcohol. I think the one before that is, yeah, you get the one where you're doing 3 extra damage, but you get 2 extra alcohol every time. So definitely have to work your way through those to get up to the really good ones where you can just do a massive amount of damage and hopefully don't knock yourself out in the process. I really like Cormac and the fact that he plays like you would think a barbarian should. He drinks a lot, he smashes things. And he's a very fitting character. He has a small new mechanic that is not too difficult to learn, while at the same time making him feel more unique than the others. And that's the way these early allies were in the basic first 3 or 4, I guess 1, 2, and 4 of the base sets were. And then they slowly added in more complicated characters as time went on. Anyway, though, that's going to wrap it up for our look at Cormac the Mighty. As always, thank you guys for watching the video, and we'll see you in the next one.